Hey guys, we're back. Took a few seconds longer than expected, just working out some of the kinks here, but looks like we managed to get Zombie Girl back. Don't know what's up with her connection, but hopefully it's a little bit more stable going forward today. So, hit us up with some of those sweet pickup lines, Zombie Girl. Oh, I can't join the game.
Yeah, you have to do the game first.
I can't. Third time's the charm, maybe?
There you go.
Third time's the charm. What do you know? All right. So you got
Okay, now everyone's ready.
Beastyqt and Guru.
This one is such like a, I don't know, like this one's such a dumb pickup line. Nice pumpkins, and I like your boobs too.
Like I gotta imagine that's a halfway decent icebreaker. Some girl you've never met before, you're gonna roll the dice. She's not gonna laugh because it's so stupid, or be disgusted with you because you think it's just so stupid.
Here's one. Here's a sweet one. Okay, why did you dress up as a princess when you could have simply come in plain clothes as the most beautiful girl at the Halloween party? Don't stop you.
I gotta talk to the Dutch StarCraft League guy about Dutch StarCraft League stuff. So, you do these intros and we'll take it away. Oh, this is gonna be hilarious though. This is really unfortunate because in the middle top left we got the pink Zerg player Beastyqt, recently picked up in My Insanity, playing his off race Zerg.
And in the bottom right, playing his main race, it is the green Zerg Guru.
Alright, and camera's on you while I mute myself here.
Some of these pickup lines are terrible, guys. Just absolutely terrible. Looks so good, you're making my man bits rise from the dead. Who says that? Man bits? Anyway. So, Guru doesn't know that it's oh, well, now he knows it's EVZ, never mind. That is the one appeal of playing on Dasson Station. And now Beastyqt knows that it's EVZ as well, and he knows that he's probably screwed. I mean, you could try your best to hold up against, you know, a professional Zerg when you're not a professional Zerg, but it usually doesn't go so well. And this is one of those cases where maybe the longer the game goes, the less chance you have to win. So maybe just all-inning with Ling Baneling or trying to surprise him with a Roach Push would be the way to go. That's what I would do anyways. And maybe Beastyqt is actually like an amazing off-race. I know he has decent off-race. You don't see any, I don't think we see as many cannon rushes, for instance, but I don't know. Mono's already advanced. Not too surprising, I don't know exactly who he was facing. But the bracket's still catching up and whatnot. Raynor already advanced. Oh, no, he's seeded, never mind. But it all makes sense, I suppose, so far. No surprises yet. Roachhorn is already on the way down for Guru. He won't actually have any Lings to deal with the Lings of Beastyqt, which is a little bit funny. So he might lose a couple of drones or just straight up lose the hatchery. I'm not sure why he went so quickly into a Roachhorn. Like, I know that's kind of the way that Dasson Station can play, is a very quick Roachhorn, but you do, I mean, like any other map, right? If you advance your tech, you're gonna have to prepare for some of the consequences. So maybe he doesn't care that he loses his gold base for that. I mean, it is a cancel, not a straight up loss, and he will have stronger roaches. But he won't have that many. Like, he'll have 4, I think, if he uses all of his minerals and gas to get them, and that's, he's actually supply blocked right now, so never mind. You lose at Overlord. Beastyqt, if he wins as a Zerg player against Guru, the Zerg player, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm just gonna chalk it up to random versus random. It's so random, guys. He's got Banelings on the way. They're not gonna help too much versus Guru's Lings, just because there aren't that many. There's, you know, of course, Roaches on the way, but they are gonna be able to hit that mineral line. They're gonna get 6 drones right off the bat, and I would be really surprised at how effective this is so far if I was Beastyqt. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna win this? I don't understand. Whereas Guru now has technically the higher tech of roaches. You always got to remember that a small number of roaches can be overwhelmed by a large number of lings. And that might just be what happens here. Guru actually has to be really careful. I think with these 8 more lings that are about to pop out, plus speed, his roaches will definitely need a wall to back into if they expect to do something. But of course, while all this is happening, Guru does have an expansion already where Beastyqt has been doing just pure all Ling all the time. The roaches actually don't find a wall, they make a wall, which is pretty damn cool. And Beastyqt is trying to just force his way through here. He's finally going to kill one on the edge, but that's... Oh, actually, that's going to be enough, I suppose. I was going to say, not too much of a surround left over, but the rest of the roaches were low anyway, so he will push through. But Guru... I just like, okay, don't take any more drone losses, and he's probably in this game because of that hatchery already being done. But if he takes like another hit of 7 drones, it might even be game over. I mean, Beastyqt still has quite a few rounds of lings to send out here. It's not like he's mining out of his base yet. Beastyqt gonna try and not just kill a couple of drones with a natural, that would have been a little unfortunate if Guru made any in the natural, but just try and get Guru to get out of position. If the roaches go to deal with this, then they aren't there to deal with the banelings, and the banelings get those 7-8 drone kills again. But slowlings are able to deal with, I guess, fastlings as long as they're able to actually touch them. Okay, the one baneling does not get anything done, and it looks like Guru's about to hold here. I mean, really all he has to do is do what he did on the choke on the bridge on his ramp, and put 4 roaches or a queen and 2 roaches or whatever it is. And Beastyqt really doesn't have many more options. He didn't break down his back rocks to get to the back here. I do like that Beastyqt used his lings to send, to hide them in the back. I think Guru would have noticed that. Yeah, he's looking for them. So he's not going to get that much damage done. I'm not even sure about turning all of them into banelings. If he hid 2 in every which direction so that Guru was like, oh, I guess I killed 2 banelings, that's got to be it, then that might have been cool and clever. But I think just having maybe 3 banelings and 3 lings would have been better. He does take out the lings and then controls them. The roach is going to try and target down the rest of the banelings. One of them just needs one more shot from them. Oh my god! Whoa! Whoa, that wasn't supposed to happen. Where was Guru looking that he let that hit the drone line? Jeez! 8 drones go down, but Guru, in such a drone lead, doesn't even really care, I guess? He's still up by 6. And Beastyqt, I mean, he gets his hatchery down, but he still has to advance with the roaches or get an upgrade for his lings, if that's the way he's going to play, which he can't quite afford yet. He still has to catch up on the drones even after that really good hit on the mineral line. And Guru, I mean, initially it looked a little bit scary letting 8 drones go down in the early game like that, but the defensive posture he has taken has worked out. And once he's comfortable, he can get a big swell of roaches, and I don't think that Beastyqt can win with just lings. You know, if you get to 20 roaches, there's just too many places on Dasson Station where there's chokes and walls to go up against. I don't think mass ling floods will work. At most, he can kind of hope to almost like pseudo base trade, you know, get behind enemy lines and kill Guru's natural, but...
I'm back, sorry about that. Things coordinated and fixed and all that good stuff, but watching out of the corner of my eye while typing frantically and listening to you cast, I am surprised that Beastie was, for a time, holding his own really well.
Well, you know, like you do the early attack versus someone who's trying to defend. I guess it's almost impossible not to do some type of damage, but I would say that's not necessarily true. It's just that Guru did advance himself to roaches so quickly and didn't split his drones. Like, there's definitely mistakes made by Guru that made Beastyqt probably be like, oh shit, am I actually doing this? But overall, he had the more macro-focused build, and he just had to make sure like, to literally like not straight up die, and he would be in a better position to win. Which he hasn't died, and he is in a much better position to win.
39 drones at this point is going to be a little bit overwhelming to deal with. I mean, even if BC had a gold base with a lesser drone count, I don't know how much better off he'd be for it, because he is just slipping further and further behind. The idea of the +1, pairing up with these lings, it works out really well versus roaches in a lot of instances, but not really when it's 8 and 9 minutes into the game. Also, breaking through this wall doesn't seem like it's in the cards for him anytime soon. I knew he went through the backside. There's a wall of roaches set up here too. BC's really hoping the Guru was looking away, but he's not. He left the wall here. He's good to go. There's not a lot more for BC to do at the moment. He's going to, I guess, try and break down these rocks and then maybe open up these back rocks, or I don't know, but unfortunately, the more time he gives Guru, the more impossible it's going to be to break through him.
Well, Beastyqt can try and play the game I was talking about, like almost, not quite a base trade, but trying to get behind and around and catch Guru constantly off guard with his speedlings. but I mean, Guru's pretty experienced on Dash on Station and DBZ as a Zerg player main. He shouldn't be too caught off guard all the time. But this game's already going longer than I thought it would for Dash Station ZDZ with a non-Zerg main player.
Yeah, 9 minutes in with the close spawns the way they are, I didn't think it would go like this. Also, as a side note, your microphone has been degrading in quality with each sentence, so I'm going to recall you real quick. Oh, the wonderful times we live in, 2016. Fantastic. Hey, welcome back.
Hello. I'm just going to keep my camera off.
Okay, you sound good. So it's all Gucci.
Okay.
Anyways, so trying to break down these rocks, shut down my queens, shut down my roaches at every turn, full wall off, just come down to the backside, evolution chambers, spine crawlers, even really just dedicating to make sure that there's no way BC slips past them. Now, of course, this was a little bit luck of the draw. Maybe this wouldn't even look like with BC getting as aggressive as he did early. There's a pretty good chance that if Guru was playing his off race, let's say Guru was playing Terran or hell even Protoss, BC may have gotten away with a lot more than he did. Because let's not forget, guys, it is Guru who's got his main race through this particular game. Maybe game 2 we're gonna have a bit of a random luck shift in the other favor.
Yeah, that's true. At this point, with the supply,
Okay, kills a kill.
Cancel. Yeah, at this point, with the supplies looking like they are, I mean, to us, we would know. Like, okay, maybe Beastyqt, you just try and hope that next game goes better for the random race, but yeah, he still doesn't realize, perhaps, that it is such a disparity.
Oh man, I got it. You know what it is?
What?
BC's played so many games with Bly that he studied Bly's replays versus him to practice Zerg. Realized the key wasn't strategy, but instead stubbornness.
Well, stubbornness is getting him.
Getting kills.
A hatchery kill, 8 drones.
You know, the mutas aren't a bad choice either. He threw in a bunch of spines to stop the roaches. None of these are going to shoot up. Those mutas are going to actually do pretty damn well.
Yes, they are.
And his Overload's got 4 banelings in it, ready to unload on top of that mineral line. Of course, with the minerals being condensed like this, there's not that many drones left, so if they go in, they'll get big hits. But that's a lot of mutas. 9, I think, were made initially. Couple of spines still holding. Focuses down that Ravager on the backside. Lings need to get in here and help out a bit if they can, but well, the mutas can't be shot back. They are taking a long time to kill these roaches, and Burrow comes into play.
That was pretty nice. I mean, this is like a common... The Mutaverse Roach thing is pretty commonly seen here, but the Roaches this time, they're not being stalled out by the Spine Crawlers enough, and they're getting almost all the drone kills here. Main goes down, Natural now under fire, and Guru's getting Hydralisk behind this. 18 drones now. Cool, Banelings waddle into Guru's Natural.
Well, waddle and drop in, combination of the two.
This is totally game. But Mutas, man.
Well,
things that Mutas are bringing back.
This is where I put an asterisk on that, right? Because right now, the thing that's going to shut down BC will obviously be the attempted Hydras. But no Infestors. No massive amounts of Queens, just like the 5 or whatever he's had roaming around. I actually think BC, with as bad as economy is, a couple of Lings mixed in with these Mutas, he's got +1 weapons, so you can get some very serious damage done on the smaller army that Guru has. Not smaller than BC, but just smaller than average.
I would say if he had 20 mutas with +1, I would totally be in favor of, like, yeah, stick with it. Try and do something. Try and overwhelm them. Actually, Guru moves in a little too quickly. He should have waited for his reinforcements of Hydras there. And the lower muta count does end up taking out Guru's Hydra count.
Wow.
Guru made a huge mistake by actually running in there. He definitely should have waited for the additional 8 Hydras. If Beastyqt does this, well, mutas would be the one way to do it. The queens are still around, spore crawlers are still around. He can't only kill an army advancing upon him, although that is certainly, like, you know, first and foremost. He also has to actually get into sniping tech structures, sniping drones, sniping bases, as Guru still has quite a bit of time before he's, like, okay, running out of minerals on 3 bases. Maybe if that happens, then Beastyqt's muta choice will look even better, but he still has at least 2 bases, pretty healthy mining.
Yeah, I mean, for a small period of time, this looked doable, but I think that time has passed. And you know, the first round was a small amount of Hydras. This time around, it's about 14, 18, GG. Game 1, gonna go to Guru. I have a plan potential plan for this audio solution, or at least a possible band-aid. So while we wouldn't normally put an ad break in here, guys, I'm going to, just so I can test some things with zombie grubs. So we'll be back in 2 minutes with game number 2 of Beastie and Guru shortly. Alright guys, we're back, and hopefully with some band-aid fixes.
Oopsie.
Oh no. So we're gonna have to do a slightly separate workaround. I'm gonna have to get you to mute Skype on your end, because I can't leave my microphone muted. Apparently it just covers up a good portion of your webcam.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that.
Alright. So, I won't say what we're doing to fix this yet, because I don't want someone to, like, find out and harass us. So, fingers crossed that this works, but no guarantee. But, okay,
Yeah,
King Sejong Station, give you map number 2 as we go into the random versus random continuation of this tournament. And, again, just apologies, guys. We really have been slammed with a plague of issues today, and we don't know why. It's just, there's literally no reason for any of these things to suddenly start going as wrong as they have been.
Yeah. Well, I mean, things have been shitting the bed over a couple of weeks now. So Skype in particular, I guess, with the whole, you know, dropping and then suddenly like audio quality for you is terrible.
Guru is a lucky son of a gun, but so is Beastie this time around. So both players getting their main races in the top left. It's going to be the light blue Terra and Beastyqt.
In the bottom right, as the green Zerg, he is Guru, and he's a liar. He's a filthy liar.
I actually think that we don't have any rules about chat on purpose. I really, really think people should be taking advantage of the potential mind games, fucking with their opponent, making them early scout. I'm a big fan of telling your race when you're playing and you're just practicing and for funsies, but this is a tournament. There's prize money on the line, there's qualifier spots. I think they should be doing everything possible to make sure that they get said money, said spots.
Well, since the TVZ, we're actually going to have a little bit of time, so I wanted to say that the BlizzCon store has opened, and I'm looking through all the shit that you can get, and I'm really excited for some of them, but for some of them, I'm just question marking, okay? Hearthstone flannel jacket. What does that even mean?
So they actually had two, side note, rather attractive women show off a lot of this stuff on one of the Blizzard streams, and some of it looks interesting. The Murloc shoes that make noises I'm certainly interested in, but I think as per usual I'm gonna do what I did last year and only resort to buying pins.
It's the only thing you're gonna buy.
That's all I bought last year.
Not gonna buy as much as I did last year.
Actually, no, that's right. I got the cat thing. You bought me the cat thing, and I paid you back for that. So technically, bought that.
Oh,
I guess.
the Cinder Kitten.
Little thing sits above my bathroom, going tick tock, tick tock. It's really annoying, actually, but it's super cute.
Getting some Overwatch socks and the poster actually looks really cool this time. Okay,
well, getting back into the game for the moment, the Reaper only just now heading out. Guru gets an indication that BC is Terran. I'm not sure if BC sees the Overlord creeping around out of the corner of that vision. He'll find out in a moment with the Reaper, but was playing blind into this, or maybe just calling Guru's bluff.
I mean, he did say Kappa, I guess. It's possible. He just is like, nah, I think you're lying to me, but the Reaper opener is pretty okay in every single matchup. It would have been, actually, I think, okay, Guru not saying that he's actually Zerg is one thing, but I think it would have been like 10 times dirtier to say that it's a TBT actually, and he like realized the TBT somehow and like proxy Reapers. That would have been terrible. Because then Beastyqt going for Won't Expand actually would have probably killed him. But otherwise, the Reaper is a pretty good opener. The Widowmine drop is very old-fashioned, I would say, versus Zerg. Beastyqt can be an old-fashioned guy with a lot of old-fashioned pushes.
Well, he was also doing some new-fashioned things, or fangled things. We was playing mech once again, and some other small variations of builds, but yeah, the Widowmine, not super conventional anymore. It's more about those two metabags full of Marines coming across the map, trying to get some very serious damage done.
Yeah. I mean, if he's going for the old standard on King Sejong Station, it's a Widowmine drop to this exact base. You see the Reaper still attacking. And then a tank follow-up to this base. This is kind of like the first attack done, and then people remembered that the back rocks could be abused, so you saw tank pushes back there. And then, of course, Zergs kept breaking on the rocks, so both of those things have really fallen out of fashion. But it's actually going to be the Liberator range build. Wow. Cool.
So I find this weird for a couple of reasons. First off, let's just stress, BC's not going to be dicking around. You guys saw how serious he took the game when he was playing Zerg. He's still playing seriously here as Terran. He's actually one of the few Europeans who play random, or used to play random quite a bit, and I know pride himself in being able to handle many races. But main race versus off race, yeah, this is a bit of an unconventional build, but that might be the best reason to try and pull it off, because Guru might not have a lot of experience playing against Liberator range on this map. There's not a lot of locations you can abuse, because back here, for example, there's actually a lot of space behind the mineral lines. But some places around, for example, the third and the naturals might just be a little too tough to handle.
Well, this wouldn't mind drop as said. Like, it's so old-fashioned, it's usually do that much damage. It really should not have gotten like, any damage done in a perfect world, but Guru actually loses a queen. A little unfortunate. His macro hatchery positioning is odd. But I guess he wants to usually affect the creep.
Spread creep a little bit down here, just in case. You never know.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's not the worst. I'd say that if he put it like right above his third base, that's like some of the worst position you can have. So I'm not too bothered, but it is interesting to see.
Well, advanced ballistics researching, that is of course the name for the Liberator range upgrade, and Ravagers are normally a quick and easy solution. We don't only have none in play right now, but the Roachborn's only just coming up. Whoa, why did it zoom in over there? There we go. So maybe there'll be a couple Ravagers for this, maybe there won't be. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure if they'll actually have proper range on this or not. We don't see Liberator range that often anymore.
No, we don't. It's actually a lot to do with like the maps having changed up and not nearly as abusive, but as well as I think just in general, Zerg's getting better. The thing is though, is that like as good as Zergs can be, like literally sometimes you cannot hit it unless you have actual anti-air like in the air, corruptors or mutas. So it can still be tricky, but it's dealt with a lot better. I mean, it's far from the days where like Nurchio tapped out because you thermal went for a Liberator range build.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you saw Liberator range.
Guru, by the way, can't even see that Liberator. That's just how far out of vision it is. So this extra distance they can sit away, guys, this is all thanks to that upgrade. And, you know, there's no Spire down. There's no mutas that are coming out anytime soon. It's going to be a combination, I guess, roaches and an effort from the queens, maybe, to try and take these down. But the drone kills are just racking up. 9 dead so far. No counterattack damage. The lanes are just stalled out. There's a really nice defense at home for Beastyqt as well. And heck, he's not even going for a third CC. It's a lot of production. It's going to be a lot of army following this up.
Yeah, I don't mind the tank push follow-up at all. He still has to wait for stim and combat shields, which is a ways off.
Okay, these queens are bleeding out, but I just realized this range is so good, you could actually bring an SCV over to this cliff and repair it.
Ooh, I actually thought that Squirquoise was going to be in range. Huh, damn.
Well, scan again to see if it's safe. Main base, I guess, did get cleaned up while this goes on. Coming around to this third, looking for some drone kills. You could just set up above the mineral line, truthfully. Doesn't need to pull too much finesse over here, but tanks, marines, 1-1. Or I guess not 1-1, excuse me, that's 1 plus combat shields on the way here for Beastyqt. So his tech, it's a little bit behind for this, right? Like, you go for the Liberator range build, you're getting a lot of kills for it. I mean, how many drones have died so far? A total of 20. It's made this worth it, but it does stall off the follow-up push.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is getting so bad.
This is really doing a lot of damage. I mean, as long as Guru is kind of keeping his calm, I would say, then you can actually make up for this damage and still push off the double tank, or the 2-base tank push. But a lot of the times, it's not just the obvious direct damage done. It's also like the indirect damage, like their macros start slipping, the queens aren't injecting, they're not remaking the drones as they die, they're putting in an army, and then they make the drones, and then their whole pace is set off. It's all that's combined that really makes this a brutal build. But Guru, he's doing a decent enough job. I mean, he's keeping his money low, right? And he does have somewhat of an army, and he's actually, you know, finishing his upgrades. But this tank push was not stalled. It's already going to a very abusive position with the ledges.
A lot of Marines here with Sam ready to fight. No Baneleys to worry about. Just going to take the fight on those front lines. Roach is going to push through, though. Tank's getting some good shots. Beasty's got to keep those alive, and that pickup is going to do exactly that. No GG's, just a tap out at a Guru.
Pretty brutal.
All right, that ties it up 1-1, and we're gonna see if luck persists for. There's no way Guru gets his main race 3 times in a row. That's like when you just start calling shenanigans. Obviously, there's no way to actually cheat the system, guys, but you're kind of like, damn, how does someone get that lucky that often?
It happens, man. It's like a laser getting cross spawn 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy too. Meanwhile, the other parts of the bracket, we got Mana advancing. He's playing against Acheron. I'm not sure if Mana is streaming his games or not. He often does, but may not be for this one. Top side of the bracket, Rainer and Sake look like to be the big contenders over there. And then, of course, I think we're already following the favorites for the very bottom side of the bracket. I should note to Dares, though, because... Oh. Yeah, so to explain to everybody, this will play out all the way. All 4 players who make it to the semifinals will be qualified. However, there's still prize money associated with the event, so at that point, they're just playing for the $40, $20, $10, so forth and so forth. And it won't have any bearing on the main event, because seeding over there is likely going to be random. We may change that depending on CK Walsh's request, because it's up to him. It's his tournament. We're just helping facilitate it. But the plans at the moment are seeding just going to be random, as well as everything else.
Mm-hmm.
We were tempted to make the prize pool random, like... By finishing first place in the prize, you get like 3 spins on the wheel, something like that. But no, the prize money is set. Don't worry. We're gonna have a match arena page for the main event too. So if you guys are really enjoying the random versus random matches, that's gonna be the best way to show us that you have been enjoying them. But don't worry about that for now, because that'll be coming a little bit later down the road.
I gotta say, having Skype muted is really throwing me off. Because sometimes I mute like when I sneeze or like when I'm typing. Or
Oh,
just, like...
we're getting the full grub today. We're gonna get a little bit of and
and we're like during break sometimes I'll mute it and come back because I'm like eating or something. I don't know, but I'll check. You know, like I'm pretty good about not muting myself during the stream, but now it just feels like I'm always muted.
When I said that just now, by the way, it's like, you know, when Roadhog's like going whole hog, going full grub.
Oh man, do you have you actually gotten any loot boxes yet for the Halloween event?
Just the 2 or whatever the... Oh, but hang on, let's talk about this call out. The start of the game. Beasty's luck continues. It really has been a shift through the series, right? Like, it started off really well for Guru, even footing in the middle, now absolutely favoriting this guy as he gets his main race for game number 3. In the top right, it's the light blue Terran, Beastyqt.
In the bottom left, as the green Protoss, he is Guru.
Alright, so Guru gets Protoss. We're going to see what he can do with this. Now, he's sending probes out early, and I'm feeling a small touch of the Lily Canines, if you know what I'm saying. But no, a gateway goes down instead.
It is weird to then see 2 probes go out.
Right, the first probe I understand. You want to scout and see what your opponent's race is. But the fact that there's 2? Like, did he mean to make a forge and fuck it up?
Okay. You can actually make a gateway and a forge and still cannon rush, and then send a zealot over.
But you have to build the forge.
That. Well, right.
Unless,
so I think what he might have been doing. What's your guess?
Faking out a cannon rush?
Oh, okay. That's possible as well, I suppose. But what he might have been doing was literally like, okay, he puts the gateway down because you don't want to commit to only a forge. That's the worst thing you could do if it's not going to be an effective cannon rush. And then hope to scout what it was. And then when he did, he sat down to put on the forge. Because like when he scouted that it was Terran, he's at like 170 minerals. It also could have been a mistake, or it could have been the fake that you're talking about. I guess there's a lot of options. But I was gonna say, if you're not gonna do anything with them, then you can do like a proxy later on. I did not expect a hidden nexus this early, though.
But so here's what's really cool about this, right? Obviously, this is already questionable. Like, what's Guru doing? But aside from the fact that this is not a solid build, BC's also doing something that would almost classify as trolly, but also effective. A lot of players in their off races don't know how to deal with stealth units from other races. If you're not normally Terran and you play Terran, you're like, how do I deal with DTs? If you're not normally Protoss, you play Protoss, you're like, what the fuck do I do to stop these Widow Mines, man? Like, I like what BC's doing. Funny enough, though, Guru's weird proxy gateway might be a solution to get around it for the time being, however.
Proxy nexus?
Or not proxy, hidden nexus, I guess?
Nexus.
Terminology. My terminology.
You're right, though. Like, that is probably... When you start playing a race, start learning a race, you're going to lose to a bunch of really dumb shit.
Okay, like you're going to lose to like the odd 6 Marines pushing across the map, and you're like, who does this? But you lose to it anyway. Are you gonna lose to the Banshee when you know you've watched enough StarCraft that Banshees aren't common in the matchup because occasionally you'll meet someone like Otter on that, and you'll just be like, why aren't these used that much anymore? And it's just about getting used to it. So when you play a random versus random tournament and you don't have a lot of practice, the silly stuff, the proxies that, by the way, are totally fine to do in super competitive play, whatever you want to call it, not random tournaments, they go well for Beastyqt, are going to be even more effective versus someone who's, is like, I don't know exactly what the timings are, like what I should be expecting a proxy Widow Mine to hit, or when exactly to get a robo.
The whole duration of this game, and even a little bit into it, by the way, there's been some serious math arguments going on in the chat. All because I said, what are the chances of getting your millionaires 3 times in a row? I wasn't asking this as a literal, guys, please give me an exact percentage. I need to know the odds. It's just a saying.
Not once, man. Not once.
Yeah, math is the worst kind of drug. All right, well, there's no mothership core. There's nothing to stop this. There's no observer.
Which, by the way, I think Guru just forgot.
He forgot. Well, you know what he forgot? His GGs again is what he forgot.
Oh, jeez.
Congratulations, Beastyqt. He'll take the series 2-1 in that 3rd and final match. Very nicely done. That was kind of weird, though. Some of that really did come down to luck of the draw, but I wanted to just say, I think Beasty played his off race far better than Guru, so even if this was something where we had like a panel of judges, opposed to like, you know, wins and losses determining who moves on, I think I would still give it to Beasty.
Well, yeah, his Zerg actually went for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was surprising.
Oh. Guru's Protoss went for 4.
I think Guru's Protoss went for, he sent 2 probes out, and that was when we knew the game was going to go poorly. Alright, well, no BM intended, guys. Just funny and silly, and that's the thing about random versus random. Sometimes you will get luck at the draw, and sometimes you won't. It is a little bit of a gamble. Some players have, by the way, still, I guess Vincent and Saki are still playing out their first round match. I was just asking our admin, like, is it bugged? But they are still actually playing it, so that's kind of funny to see. There don't appear to be any matches immediately ready to go, but we will, I guess, perhaps follow Beasty, as that appears to be the easiest option. He'll fight either someone named Passion or Magic next. For us, though, it is going to be a small commercial break. This time, not a technically caused one, which is nice, and we'll see you guys in 2 minutes.